But like, they literally go out and be like, oh, like, have you ever cheated on your boyfriend? And it's like, yeah, like, he wasn't good enough for me, so I slept with his best friend. It's like, what the fuck?
Mad.
And
best friend.
And then we're the problem.
Yeah.
We're the problem, mate.
Yo, we are back, people. We are Boys Will Be Boys. We are back with our third episode. I hope you've liked number 1 and number 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. You with myself, Kaireem. If you are new to this podcast, you haven't heard of it. So I am Kaireem, and we got my boy JL here.
Yo, it's good.
If you don't know who we are, people, the basis of what this podcast is Boys Will Be Boys. We are going to be talking about a lot of laddish stuff, but general just perspectives from what we think life is like with how things are going in 2024, what's been happening in 2023, and then obviously we're going to lean into standard stuff, what's been trending, conspiracy theories, true crime, dating, getting guests on, gym, you know what it is. So just for newcomers that don't know what this is about, this is what's going to be happening. Hopefully you saw our first episode. But today we are going to be talking about dating.
Yeah. The joys.
Yeah.
You
can tell how unexcited he is.
It's just a mad world with dating at the moment, and it's just, it's so difficult to be dating
100%
these years. Like, there's so much mockery around it on TikTok, and the idea of, I think it's mainly stemming from the whole idea of all this like gender situation as well.
Yeah.
And the idea of what's the word I'm trying to look for? Not like mentality, but just like people being too like stubborn for being too good for them.
Yeah. No.
As soon as they're not interested, it's like, oh, I got a boyfriend. It's like, I didn't ask. I just asked you what your fucking name was.
Yeah. Defensiveness. Yeah.
There's too much defensiveness. There's too much stereotypes going on around it all, and it's just difficult.
Yeah.
It really is difficult. I have come out of my relationship.
Yeah.
For reasons that I won't say, but it was definitely, don't get me wrong, like we never had issues in terms of what the difficulty of dating at the moment. We never had any issues with, but it was just like one thing I can fully say: if you're in a relationship and you're slightly struggling right now, communicate. Communication is like one of the biggest things, and trust as well.
Yeah,
and all the rest of it. And for me, it just got to the point where like, yeah, like you would have to I got to be attracted to you. But like at the end of the day, like as long as you care about me, there's trust, there's that respect and communication. I can't tell you how important communication is.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't like the best of communication. It just took too long in my perspective. It could have waited a bit longer to see how things panned out. We came to a mutual agreement. We was like, we'll just do our own thing, and we're chilling.
Yeah,
we're all Gucci, and we move on.
I mean, the most important thing is what you said, the mutual agreement.
Yeah,
like, I'm glad you two've got like an understanding with how the relationship went and how there's a ending that's going to be a good ending. So you then, if you do communicate with each other, because as you just said, it was 2.5 years. Of course, you're going to cross over with friends and families and stuff like that. There's bonds that's going to be there. So to have like a mutual like kind of understanding in a relationship is probably the best way to go. Because some relationships can go downhill, and that's the last thing you want. And then it just ruins everything, especially if you've got like family relationships and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy that was 2.5 years.
It's flown by. We there were so many memories, and I think in this day and age, relationships is the case of you're either not good enough for me, I have a boyfriend, or is his dick big enough? Like honestly, like
is it?
I can tell you now,
Damn.
if you're, for whatever reason, 1% chance, if you're American and you're watching this, your TikTok, like, environment of America, I'm being real, like, anywhere on TikTok, America related, drunken night out, with men interviewing women, and the amount of times they say, have you ever cheated on your bloke? And every single one of them says yes.
Yeah,
it's like,
I've seen.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, all the time, bro.
Going around like Alabama and Texas, and I don't know my states, correct me if I'm wrong, but like they literally go out and be like, oh, like, have you ever cheated on your boyfriend? And it's like, yeah, like he wasn't good enough for me, so I slept with his best friend. It's like, what the fuck?
Mad.
And
best friend.
And then we're the problem.
Yeah.
We're the problem, mate.
But I'm so gassed about best friend. What?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Mate, that's
Oh my god, yo, this is what I don't get, man. My younger brother said this. He goes, "America is a movie, bro.
It actually
Everything is crazy over there." And I don't hate on you Americans. I'm just saying everything's crazy over there.
Yeah.
I know UK's bad, but America, bro, it's a movie. I don't get it.
I think in the UK there's just like no filter. Like they just say it how it is.
Yeah.
But like in America, cut the bullshit and the filter. I'm just gonna don't do it anyway. So instead of like over here, it would be like, oh, like I'm thinking like this, that, and the other. I'm just gonna have to tell him that like I don't want to be with him because I prefer someone else, or like there's someone else there. In America, they just don't say any of that. They just do it and like hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, especially from the girl's perspective, like
Yeah.
definitely seen it from that angle. It is like that, and it's crazy. The main, obviously, well, what I really want to break down is obviously your perspective of that relationship.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I guess my perspective of being single.
Yeah.
And then we can go into how like it influences how dating is being influences in 2023 and 2024.
Right, hit me with questions. 2.5 years of relationship gone. The thing is though, and at the end of the day, boys will be boys. It's a conversation about lads and just no filter, just saying how it is and just being honest. Obviously, there are bits of information I'm going to keep confidential about. Obviously,
of course,
life.
but facts.
But within the last 7 years or 6 years, let's just say, I've basically gone from one relationship to another. So I've had 3 relationships in the last 7 years.
Damn.
And they've had anywhere between 2 months. Mine, this was like breaking off with some, like the 2 months one. So my previous to my current ex. That was like a month split. But like I didn't talk to anyone for a month. And then we were chatting for like a good 4 months. Not doing anything, no nothing, or like anything like that. It was just pure chatting, and then it was then 6 or 7 months. Like then we were like, okay, let's start dating. Let's see what happens, whatever. And then the time before that was 1.5 years. So from my end, and certainly from my family's side of things, I've just kind of jumped from relationship to relationship. But none of it's been planned.
Yeah, it's not like
it's
forced.
all just gone with the flow.
Yeah.
It's been chilled, and then like oh shit. And then the one thing I could probably say is like all my relationships, and one thing I've massively learned in life is that you should never regret anything, because you would never be where you are now without the experience that you go through. So I don't regret anything, because my first like relationship that I had back like, I don't know, 2018, I would say. 2017.
A little while ago then, all right.
A little while ago, but it was the first time I ever experienced a relationship with high end of mental health.
Yeah.
As you are aware, and other people are aware. But I know I don't regret it, because it's a saying, and it's like, I don't know what your occupational title would be, but basically like a relationship therapist, as always say, there's like 3 types of relationship, and one way or another, you will have the worst relationship of your life at some stage in your life. And I've had that.
There's that theory. There's like that free love theory, they say, if you ever heard of it.
I have. I don't know the specifics, but I've heard of it. Yeah. So like you have like your worst relationship. You have three times like you fall in love, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And like the first one's like your biggest heartache. The second one is like you find yourself, and then the third one is then you spend the rest of your life
with.
yeah, as if, mate.
The Disney fairy tale.
Oh, yeah. American movies, you know what it is. Like. But yeah, from every relationship, whether it's been good or bad, I've learned so much about myself, learned so much about other people, and one massive thing as well, and we touched on the previous episode, is like who your circle is, who actually like cares. And it was always that kind of understanding of, you know, getting people's opinion. You shouldn't really get your parents' opinion, because it's always fucking biased.
Yeah.
But it's understanding your friend's relationship, because they can see it from an outside perspective. And like, I'm not gonna lie, there's been a few times in my past relationship where people inquired about the relationship without me having to say, bro, like, remember when this happened? Like, did you think that was a bit like weird or whatever? And they're like, mate, I was gonna say something to you. So I haven't had to say it to friends, because they've acknowledged like the small inconvenience, I want to say, or the small negative moments that like even my friends have been like, really? But you know, like it was an amazing relationship, loved it to bits. We had some amazing memories, and it was literally just communication and for me personally, I wanted to progress with myself a lot. And I just felt like I heard something, it was about when you're developing yourself as a person, you want to, what's the way of saying it? Becoming a better person. Out of all the things in your life, what's the one thing you can sacrifice in your life that you can always replace? And unfortunately, it's a relationship.
Damn, is that a thing?
Yeah, there's like a psychological mentor speaker, and he said like if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow your into person, like you want to go to a gym, you want to make a business, you want to get financially stable, and you've got a relationship. Out of all the things that you've currently got in your life, what's the one thing you can technically leave to the side and you can always replace it? It's a relationship. You can always get someone else. Whereas with a business, even if it's something completely different, it's still a business.
I would say that's more of like a 70-30% kind of like theory.
It's like a commitment throwaway, basically.
But the reason why I've said is 70-30, which I understand what you mean by commitment throwaway, is by the person you're with. Now, the reason why I also say 70 to 30% is because majority of it, like if you just went for the general public, most likely a large percent, more than 50%, is going to be able to do that. Or not able to do that, but fit the criteria to be able to like not have the relationship. But then you can have a relationship, which is like your rough 30%, where you do find that partner who actually wants to grow with you, who's actually wanting to be like, yo, let's actually put the work in. Let's build this business together. And you two could be like an empire of king and queen. But it's very, very hard to find that. Not every relationship's like that. So hence why I understand why you said that.
But I think like from my end, because I was always in like deemed being in a relationship, and then obviously how things have then gone, I thought, you know what, maybe this is a sign for me to just take a mental breather, physical breather, and just be like, you know what, I need to be single for a change.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like, I've never known myself, nor to my friends, of someone being like, I'm not known as a player. I'm not known as someone who just like goes out and DMs. Like, it was always like kind of like running joke with the missus being like, oh, like, who are you chatting to? Like, it's my mum like telling me what's the tea. It's like, I got all these, you know, like the meme with Cristiano Ronaldo. It's like, I'll go and talk to your hoe. He's just like clapping the line of like invisible people because there's just like no one there. But yeah, it was always like, it's true though.
I don't think I've actually seen that meme.
What?
No, I don't think I've seen that.
It's like the running meme of, if you're not happy with me, why don't you go and chat to all your hoes? And it cuts to Ronaldo, and basically he's going to a game, and the meme is that, you know, where like all the photographers and the fans like that when they come out the coach. Basically, Ronaldo sees no one's there, so he mocks the idea of like clapping everyone's hand. But obviously, there's no one there in the round.
I've never seen that.
So meme. The idea of
I get the reference, bro, but I've never seen that.
Oh, mate,
whoever's done that, bro, people that do stuff like that are geniuses. I don't know how they think outside the box to like do a meme like that. They're perfect.
Yeah,
oh my God.
On point. Yeah. But
brilliant.
But yeah, I mean, what's your viewpoint on relationships? Because obviously you've been single for
forever, bro. I don't think I've ever been in one, man.
So what's your perception of like? Okay, what's your perception of like how things have been with my relationship?
Yeah,
and I don't know whether like attempt is the right word, but like your way of trying to perceive a relationship or get with someone or a dating. Like, what's your strategy based on how things and trends have changed over the years?
A very good question.
That's
bro.
a really.
On point.
I told you, I've been wording things really well recently.
So I guess my whole perspective is very difficult in a way. So I'm gonna break it into two parts. So from my perspective, or maybe three parts, I don't know. I'm just gonna blur it all out. So communication is number one. I think it's easier said than done. When I see people in a relationship and you get a bit like confrontational, or they're like bumping heads with each other, I'm like, well, why couldn't you just say it like this? And why couldn't you just say it like that? When I hear like issues going on in relationships, and I hear stuff going on from like girls' perspectives and guys' perspective, and I go, but why don't you explain it like this? And I think in my head, when I have those conversations and I say, oh, you should be wording it like this, it's not as simple as that. Because some people are like, but I have worded it like that. And sometimes we still bump heads together and it's still argument. So it's not as simple as someone going, I'm trying to think of something very simple. Like, hey, stop eating chocolate. Let's say if someone's like loves chocolate, someone like can't help having a little bite of chocolate every day. Hey, stop eating it because they're like an addict. Oh, but it's easier said than done. Like, I love chocolate. I can't help it. Like someone's addicted to candy. Yeah. It's kind of like that. So my what I don't understand. My issue, well, to break it all down, is the simplest way is if someone who's not in a relationship, from like myself, who hasn't been in one for donkey's years, they would love to be with someone. Like at the end of the day, bro, I would love to be with someone. It's not like I don't ever want to be single for the rest of my life. Like, I don't want to feel lonely, bro.
No, I get
for the rest of my life. At some point, I do want to be with someone. But it is same again. It's the concept of like, what I don't understand is when you're actually speaking to someone and they speak back to you, what makes you to decide and have that decision? Oh, I want to spend whether it's the rest of your life, the few years, I actually want to be with you.
Yeah.
And I actually want to be in love with you and love that factor of you. I can't figure that out. Like, I physically can't understand how someone's gone like, yeah, I want to spend my time with you and I want to commit to you. I want to actually like get this a bit further, because every girl I've spoken to or every dating situation I've been in, I think I'm the problem. I always make it worse off, and it never happens. It never carries on any further than like a few months.
But what indicates that? Are you just making that up, or is that just something like that's like feedback, or is it just like something that you just been like, oh, maybe it's this?
Oh, so I'm only going it by the way I act, the way I'm acting in those particular situations with each individual girl.
Makes you think that they're not interested.
Yeah. It's gotten to a point where after like a couple months, it just doesn't carry on any further.
Could you give an example?
Don't know if I want to give an
Make it as PG as possible.
An example. How do I?
What characteristic, or is it an element of your life? Is it a characteristic of how you present yourself? Is it?
I think it's a particular characteristic of how I present myself. So there was one girl I dated, who I met through town. Then I found out me and her were doing the same musical theatre together.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So, like, I think when I came to rehearsals on the very first day of the company, we realized, she was there. We realized we were doing the same thing.
Oh wow!
So I was like, cool, an interest, common interest. And she would actually drop me off at rehearsals because I had another show going on. Because I had to obviously get ready for it. So she would drop me off there because we went on a couple of dates. We got to know each other. Nice. She used to drive me to the place.
Yeah.
There was factors of obviously she was like, hey, I don't want to. Probably shouldn't say this, man. As long as I don't reveal names.
No.
There was factors when she was like, oh, I don't like this part of my body. I don't like that part of my body. But I was like, you know what? Those are the parts I really like. Like, she was a tall girl. I say tall girl. 5'9", probably tall for average girls.
That's all right.
But she was obviously like very like, well, she had assets where in the right places, bro. And then she didn't like it. And I was like, nah, that's the best part of you. But anyway.
But she, one way or another, regardless of you saying that, she's still insecure of it.
Yes. So
that's it's not a problem. Yes, you've said the right thing in terms of almost like it's a compliment that she doesn't want to hear.
Yeah.
That's where the issue is, because even though you're being the nice person that you are and complimenting them, it's a case of like they've opened up to say what they're unhappy with.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, just it's almost like, well, just for the record, I personally don't mind them, but if you want to change it, I'm happy to help you adapt to how you feel comfortable. So that's where that leeway goes.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what's caused it. And I don't think that's what made it go downhill. Because
that's part of it.
Yeah, maybe. So as we were dating, we went on a couple of dates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. We stopped. Okay, this where it might have been like gone wrong. Oh, I don't want to say this because I'm going to sound like the bad guy.
Well, this is the whole point of the podcast. That you just say how we can cut it out if it didn't go to plan.
So she was a Christian and she never had sex before.
Okay.
And by that time, bro, I wasn't an expert. I probably had it like with one girl.
So was she very committed to like, I have to get married before?
Yeah. That was her philosophy.
Right. Okay.
Like
that's respectable.
Yeah, she was a virgin basically. And then
I'm just gonna say though, that does not work in this day and age. Like, I'm sorry, but like, as much as you can be a Christian, and the idea of like, fair enough, if you got your faith that you want to have, but like, if you're really like, if it generally gets to the point where like, so how old was she?
Oh, at the time, bro, probably 18, 19. I was like just young, bro. I was like early 20s, bro.
Yeah, 21, I guarantee you her perception's changed now.
Oh yeah, actually, I got told by a mate she's like heavily religious now. Like heavily Christian. I don't know what she's like at the moment. I don't know what she's doing now. But I got told by a mate she's like heavily.
But then if that's the way she wants to go, then unfortunately she might just have to live it rough. I don't know. If you know what I mean, like she might just have to see it from the world that we live in, that perspective, and be like, she could generally get turned down for just being like, oh yeah, I'm still a virgin, and people would just be like, well, that's just going to be like bad sex.
Well,
if it might be.
This is where things change.
She's now a slut.
So I was in a position, being like young and obviously you're a bit more hormonal,
Right.
where I couldn't put her in a position that she didn't want to be in.
Right.
So she was uncomfortable of obviously doing it with anyone. I was like, have you done anything with anyone? And she's like, yeah, I've done some stuff, but I haven't obviously had sex.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, well, it's in your control and it's in your like choice what you want to do.
Yep.
But obviously if you want to feel like you want to do it with me, then like just let me know, like that's your decision.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then she went on holiday while we were dating. I shouldn't say this. And she go and done it with 4 people on holiday. And she went on a girls' holiday to Zante, and she got, because her friends were like, yo.
I'm sorry, what?
This is where I shouldn't say this, bro. So basically, bro, everyone's going to know this. I don't care about the story, actually.
Yeah, but we don't know her, like,
No,
government name and all that.
Yeah.
So a woman's gone on holiday, says she's a Christian, wants to stay a virgin till marriage. She's then gone on holiday while dating you and gone ahead and shagged 4 guys.
Yeah. Because our friends were like, listen, you're on holiday.
What a bitch.
In it. Yeah, you're on holiday. Like, do what you want. This is like a one-time thing. By the time you come back to UK, it's calm. Like, people go away out of the UK or maybe go away out of their country to be like, listen, this is no man's land. This is where you could do whatever you want. No regrets. Whatever happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas kind of thing. And that's what her friends put to her. She did it, but you know, I respect her, bro, because she actually came up to me going like, this is what I've done.
After the holiday?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, she goes, I feel so like bad about it. This is what I've done. That's how I found out.
You freaking should be.
In it, bro.
That's my perspective. You should be.
In it. So basically, this is where I felt like the dickhead. This is where it went downhill.
Right.
Because I basically said, like, I took, like, the weirdest part I don't get is I had to make you understand that this is your decision. I don't want to put you in a position of where you feel like you have to do it. But how come you didn't want to feel comfortable doing it with me, but you ran up to like 4 random blokes and just like got ran through basically?
It's almost like a situation where she said her faith, but then it's almost like it then puts you at self-doubt for yourself.
Yeah. So it just went.
I'm just gonna say how it is. I'm guessing she didn't clarify the ethnicity.
Oh no.
That's what I mean.
No.
But in that
I was her first black guy as well, bro. Like actually dating wise. She's like, I've never been with a black person before.
So more or less they were white.
Bro, I don't know.
Or just weren't black.
I don't know. But the maddest thing is though, so it went downhill from there. I say maddest thing. It went downhill. We stopped talking. I don't know the time span, but something happened where we started talking again because we bumped into each other at like rehearsals. Because obviously I told you we're doing the same show.
Yeah.
So there must have been a period where we didn't see each other. So we bumped into rehearsal. She went up to me and goes, "Oh, do you know what? I really miss you. Been a little while." I think I dropped a message to her actually. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Yeah, it was really nice chatting to you. Really nice dating you. We got off on the wrong like path. Like things went downhill from there. Let's obviously both of us agreed to like kind of see where it goes."
Yeah.
And then, bro, the next morning, woke up, because obviously rehearsal was like, let's say Monday evening.
Yeah.
Went to sleep, woke up. She messaged me to saying like, I couldn't do it no more. Like, I can't do this. It has to be like over. And then we went into like a conversation back and forth for that. But I guess that's the example I'm trying to give. I don't understand the fact that when you're single and you're dating, where is it in that moment when you're dating that person where you two decide as a joint, I guess, collective, that I want to spend my time with you, or you want to spend your time with me? That's what I don't get.
I have spoken to a lot of people that have been in relationships for like 3-4 plus years. I've messaged my mate Max, and he's been like in a relationship. He's now engaged. Congrats.
Wow. Congrats.
He's my age.
Round of applause, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, he got engaged like about a year ago, and he's been with his missus. Correct me if I'm wrong if you are watching this, but it's a good like 6-7 years. And I even said to him, like, obviously when me and my previous were like having like issues and stuff, I even said like, how do you make sure, like, how do you know Katie's the one?
Yeah.
How do you know like that is the thing? And he was like, he said, don't get me wrong, it's been difficult, but there's just something about it that like I just could not live without her. And like when I first met her, I just felt like everything that was in my life that was either the bad end of things, she just made me have like clarity on it all.
Oh man.
And you know, he's just stuck with it. I've known them to be good within a relationship. Yeah, they've had ups and downs.
Yeah.
But like even other friends I've got and other people that I've asked, they've just said like, once you know, you know.
Yeah.
If it works. And there's compromises. There's compromises. There's just agreements that you both have that you just naturally get on with. And I've told you a few times, I guarantee your person that you want to be with and you feel like it'll just flow. It'll just come naturally.
Yeah.
I think you're looking too hard.
No, I'm not looking now, but
He needs to start uninstalled in some apps.
But I'm underground now. I've like gone ghost. Yeah, so Nana, I get what you mean by that. My the last girl I've dated, I'll probably say dated a past tense. I've made like from the datings for them girls I've dated in my life, I've now come to that conclusion, as you said, like your relationships have made you realize who you want and what you are.
Yeah.
I've realized that if I'm going to be with someone, I'd rather be myself. A lot of the times, the girls I was dating, I was tiptoeing.
Yeah.
Like there was one girl who I dated was very high maintenance at the time.
Yep.
And I couldn't say what I wanted to say because I had to tiptoe with around the stuff I was saying.
Yeah, I felt that.
And there's this one girl I've last dated who I've literally probably spoken the most, sounds weird, most slang and most like relaxed way of like chatting and like doing what I want to say.
Yeah.
And then she's just been like, yeah, you're lovely. Like you're a lovely person. You're
Is that still going?
I don't know, bro. She doesn't really make the effort. She's very like free and she kind of does what she wants. And that's the part I like about her.
Yeah.
She's obviously...
Is it still like in the option though?
Bro, if I drop a message, I don't think it'll be a bad thing. I don't think she's gonna ignore me.
Just keep at it. If you feel just be positive and be like, I feel like for change and whatever, like I'd feel really relaxed. I'm like, I'm pleased I'm able to talk to you.
Yeah, no, facts. However, she's she's at a point in her life where she doesn't want a relationship, which is calm.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now I can't put it on her to be like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. So that's the vibe she's
just
on.
Just ease her into it, maybe. No, I don't mean that. No, I mean like, as in like, she don't want a relationship because she might have got like past experiences of it being bad, or like she's in a mindset in her life where like, okay, I can't commit to a relationship. So it might be the of just like, you carry on doing your thing, she carries on doing her thing, but you're in a very low-key dating phase of like, I'm happy to get a coffee with you, get a nice meal out, go for like a drive, or in your case, an Uber ride. But she drives and sound, and like just be like, oh, like if you're still interested in just like hanging out, like I know you're not committed for a relationship, but like, I'll be more than happy to hang out with you. And then just more close you get, she might have some sort of like intimacy, like feelings towards you, and just. When I mean ease it in, I don't mean just like, oh yeah, I want a relationship still. Like,
exactly. I know what you mean.
But just hanging out more to then get like, almost like making it so that you're getting to know her, but you both know that there's no commitment of a relationship at the end. So at least one way or another, you're still making it a good girl mate.
Yeah.
That then could be like, oh yeah, like she's like my best friend type thing. And it could be like a best friend that you have for however long. And it's like, oh, maybe this is the right time. I haven't found anyone. I've done my thing. You've done your thing. Let's just see what happens. And then you start dating.
Yeah, true. Okay, bro, it's not a bad thing. I'll take that on board.
I'm not a therapist.
But
that's my
It's good to hear a perspective of it. The only little like con to us is there's not a lot of communication.
Okay.
And also what I mean by that is I have to make more of the communication.
Is she slacking or is it you?
No, there's no rush, bro. Like the thing is there's no need to.
Okay.
That's the point. So she may not hit me up. She might not actually message me to be like, hey, how you doing? She won't message me to be like, hey, do you want to go out for some food? It would always have to come from me. Like I would always have to message and be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Hey, do you want to go get some food? I'm the one that's instigating it a lot. But I know a part of it, that's her character. Like she is a type of girl that probably doesn't want to always make the first approach. You have to make the first approach. But she commits to what she says. Like if she's going, oh yeah, let's do this. My bad. If I message and say, hey, let's do this, she'll be like, yeah, let's do it. And she'll be there. And she'll actually like, she'll make the effort to actually come.
You could always like make it a case of you putting the effort in to say you want to go for a drink or go for a meal or something, and just get out of the house or whatever, make the excuse of getting out of the house. Or I just feel like we haven't spoken in a while, like fancy having a catch up. Maybe like in a month, say like you do like once a week and a half or like once every 2 weeks, if you do it so consistently and then stop, maybe it'll be like a mental thing of like, oh, I haven't heard from him yet. Maybe I'll just drop him a message.
Oh, okay.
So it could be like a psychological thing of like, if you do something so many times and she likes it, saves the messaging, and two, you're in person, getting to know each other rather than messaging back and forth and being like, good morning, good night, and blah blah blah. All that. Yeah, maybe just make the effort at the start, and then see like if it psychologically kind of like changes her over and feeling like, oh, like we had a good time. Like I wonder when he's free next. Try it.
Okay, bro.
But no, I wish you the best of luck with it.
Thank you, man.
Honestly, mate, I really want you to be happy in your life regardless. Also, a side note, we will be finishing this segment in a little bit. So I got some funny shit to tell you. But complete side note, can I congratulate you on your achievement for your acting?
Why, what?
You got your achievement, didn't you? You got your reward.
In what? Oh, in acting.
Yeah.
Oh, so what?
yeah. Congratulations. Woo!
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Nice achievement, by the way. So even though he's not succeeded in relationship, you succeeded in acting. No, that's big from you, man. Congrats.
Yeah. It's quite local, but yeah. It's more of an in-house sort of like reward.
It's still a reward, mate.
Yeah, I got a reward, bro. So if people don't understand or don't really know what's going on, it's what JL or Jord is actually
I don't know why you start calling me JL.
It's because of your thing. You know, you got JL Visuals.
That's the old company name.
Oh, is it?
Lydon Media, for anyone who wants to know.
Okay, all right, my bad.
Lydon, basically.
You can tell how much
Jordan. But yeah, Lydon Media is my Instagram plug for videography and photography. But yeah, back to the
my
reward.
Bad, man. You can tell my bad friend, bro. She'll probably know that, innit?
Yeah, right.
What is it? If you don't know, what he's congratulating me on is I do amateur theatre on the side. My own personal thing. I don't involve it with any of like the stuff I do, which is like podcast related, or like my socials that I do at the moment. It's just a thing that I like to do on the side. And yeah, I won an award recently for, it was what is it? They call it the Vice President Best like Supporting Act.
Jeez.
Yeah. Then there's silver, bronze, and gold, and I got gold, bro.
Jeez.
But it blew my mind. I was like a kid. I was like, what? And I ran up and I was like, before I got on stage, the funny part, I was like, I'm now going off like on a tantrum. I was like, what if I won? What would I say? And I was probably like, I'm in an arming what I was going to say.
I think you've always got to have that mindset though.
And then when I won, I was on stage, I went,
thanks.
yeah, thank you. that's it.
No need for it, but thanks. I'll take it. Cheers. Add it to my CV.
But thank you.
Congrats.
I appreciate it. But yeah, with the whole dating thing, man, she is, out of all the girls I've been with, she is the best one. Because I can actually be myself.
Yeah.
That's all I want in a relationship. Me to be 100% me and not feel like I need to tiptoe around stuff. So yeah. What we're gonna do now is gonna go into some tweets that Jordan's gonna mention.
Yeah.
I also want to end the podcast on just where do we think dating might go, and then also the influence. But we can jump on that if you're like, bro.
Let's finish the relationship things off. So
it's we can put it into two then. So like, what do you think is influencing it nowadays? What I mean by influencing it, I mean the past year, 2023, now going into 2024. What has influenced dating for girls and what has influenced dating for boys? And what was it compared to what it was previously? Or was that too much to go into?
No, we can finish the relationship off.
And then, where do you see it going?
I think in this day and age, relationships and dating is very difficult. I think there is a lot of expectation. American people, right?
Yeah.
A man does not earn averaging £300,000 a year. Okay, if you think that, you're deluded. All right, and you can say as much as you want, but I can tell you right now, one way or another, you're still working in McDonald's, earning 18 grand a year, right?
Facts, love it.
So you cannot be bringing in a man saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm the top bitch, and I'm top 5% of like." I can provide my man like I can get any woman to cook and clean for me if you wanted to. Not directed for me, by the way. Not saying like, I can get a woman. Not on that Andrew Tate vibe right now. But no, what I'm saying is, any woman that you can find that can cook does not mean that you're the only person who can cook. There are females out there that can cook. True. Yes, and as long as they're stable and in a good job that they enjoy, or whether they don't enjoy it and they earn good money, you do what you got to do. But no man earns averaging 400k, 300k, $500,000 I've seen some of these American people on TikTok. $500,000 for a man a year.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
And these women are like 18, 19-year-olds getting plastered, spending like $100, $200 a night and being like, yeah, I want a man who's...
Yeah.
There's actually... I don't know if I told this, and this is one thing that I'll say as well. Someone has made a calculator on the possibility of you finding your ideal man.
Oh, yeah. You told me about this. Yeah.
So there's a guy, an absolute legend. I don't know what his name is. He's an absolute legend. He's going around campuses in America, and he was like, do you know what your ideal man is? Yes. And they go through ethnicity, age, height, salary, job where. I have not seen a video that's over 1% chance. And there's a woman who was like, oh, do this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. It's like little shorts on YouTube. Yeah. And they're like, the chance of you getting your ideal man is 0.00023%.
Damn.
It's like, so he doesn't exist. No, he doesn't exist, love, because you're deluded and stupid.
Damn.
That's why. So there's a lot of expectation. Yeah. I think actually knowing what's right within a relationship comes a lot of communication.
Yeah.
I think the whole gender categorization and like people's expectations, stereotypes, and I think it's always a case of like, oh, like men are just all the same. Well, no, they're not. All the people, if you want a relationship, right, and this goes, I don't know if it goes this other way, like for women to men, men to women, but when women say, oh, all blokes are the same.
All women are the same. Sorry to interrupt you. That's my issue. But carry on.
I haven't heard that. But yeah, all blokes are the same. No, they're not all the same. But I guarantee you, the guy that's always been quiet in your life, that's been your friend and always been there for you, I guarantee you, he's been the one that wanted to get to you and has seen all the dickheads that you've been with. It's that case of that person that, when you're wanting to be in a good relationship, it's always that person that's quiet in your life. So the guy who's always explosive and happy and whatever, he's the guy who's shagging around and not caring. The guy, I think it was like a chart of like, say like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
50% of the people that you see every day that are loud are the people that sleep with people, whatever.
Yeah.
You've then got 30%, 40% of the people that like, are mates. They're good at what they do, but they keep a quiet life. There's a sliver of 10%. That 10% is your ideal man, but you just don't give him the chance to talk to him. You just don't give him a chance. Literally,
that's true, man.
They say there's a guy called Matt. I don't know what his last name is, but he's like a relationship therapist. He's like, literally, give that bloke 5 seconds of your time and just speak to him, and it'll make his fucking day.
Man.
And that's what I say. Yeah. But I think relationships in this day and age are very difficult, and communication is massive. Respect, insecurities is a massive thing at the moment. Yeah. So it's just understanding the person and just making sure you know how to deal with it correctly.
Yeah. Nah, bro, I think you preached a lot there, man. I think you've said some good points personally, like from my view of it.
Thank you.
Anyone wants to like disagree, you can disagree, but I mean, it's just these are just our
thoughts. Go on, shit on me, I dare you.
But one part I really want to agree with you on, and this is where I think this is the problem as well.
Yeah.
You know how you've gone like, this woman wants $500,000 person, like this person making 300K plus.
Yeah.
This is my thoughts. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my thoughts. This is what I agree with you on. The influence, especially for what younger females or what the younger generation are seeing, they're seeing now on social media.
It's manipulation.
Yeah, they're looking at this by what whoever's trying to push it out and promote it. They're looking at stuff like that, thinking that's the norm. Yeah. So when these girls are like growing up, they're looking at, hey, if you're not making over like 50K or 100K a year, then you're not really worth it. Like, you're not really making that money. And I don't want to be with someone that's not making that money. That's what I think the issue is. The influence that's being put onto the younger generation in the dating world, they think that's normal. And you see it in a lot of UK culture, which is really bad, but more worse in America. And this is where I think this is different. So I think that's just a part. I'm not going to go I'm not going to go into it fully, but I think that's a part of what's being influenced for the younger generation for females. However, for men, it's completely different. Other than like some bad aspects or bad viewpoints, but the majority of it is push yourself, motivate yourself, get yourself looking like, get yourself physically in shape, get yourself mentally in shape, get yourself financially in shape.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
What is it?
Probably other people playing.
Oh my God, it's the band.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, they're loud.
That's my bad. What is it? It's get yourself mentally in shape, get yourself physically in shape, get yourself financially like on point. It's all about pushing yourself to the best that you can in your abilities. Yeah, you can probably find a girl. We're not trying to say, the influencer is not trying to say push girls aside completely, but if they're a distraction that's gonna not make you elevate those 3 criterias, then it might not be worth you spending that time with that girl. So I personally think with dating is the way it's being involved now, there's a lot more influence, a lot more positive outlook for men, especially younger men. And I feel like it's not really powerful and strong enough for women. That's from what I'm seeing on from social media. It's turning out like that. And as I said, it's the UK people, whether you've seen them, like, you know how you got like Chunks, Young Philly, Beta Squad, Sidemen, you know how you got them lot? Yeah. For girls, it's like, there's a podcast group called BTS, but you got like Nella Rose, Madam Joyce, them like sort of type of girls. Right, yeah. Those are the ones that are chatting like that. Not exactly like that. I saw it more coming from Madam Joyce than anyone else. Yeah. But they're the ones kind of like saying all the girls in that criteria are going, yeah, a man needs to be hitting X, Y, and Z. There was something about, or like, what was it? Madam Joyce said it after the whole like Locked In series about London boys are broke. Like London boys are not really making money and they're trying to come up to me and obviously go on dates with me. Then you see people on TikTok stitch it, and obviously they do the calculation of like the average person making money. So they're like, the person makes an X amount of money, probably like an average of 2,000 or just over 2,000 a month. So much is going to go to rent, so much is going to go to like food, so much is going to go to probably their own living. You probably have roughly like, what, £200, £300 left. You want them to date on top of that? Like, what are you talking about? There was people, she got hammed on for that, bro. Bare people that stitched it.
Dating could be bankruptcy. just saying.
It's I don't know where it's going to lead to in 2024. But I feel like the influence, man, from my perspective, from what I'm seeing, and as I said, correct me if I'm wrong, is just not strong enough, or it's kind of like a delusional aspect for women, but men are being like more positive outlook and going like, oh, you should push yourself and like strive. So don't get distracted.
So would you say women are more taking social media and thinking that that's more of a normality than a man?
Yeah, basically nailed it, bro. That's what I'm seeing.
You're not wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Tell us we're wrong.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, man, it's crazy. So God knows where 2024 is going to go. God knows where dating's going to go. But you're fat, bro. It's going to.
I wish you all the best of luck.
It's going to be bankrupt.
Right. Should we wrap it up? And then we'll do this bit as a separate like little segment.
Cool. Yeah.
So do you want to wrap up?
Yeah, man. All right. So people, that's our perspectives of dating. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you are watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on TikTok, also please let us know your thoughts in the comments. Guys, this is our opinion. Yeah, our opinion. This is boys will be boys. This ain't facts. This is just our, like, just having a conversation. Yeah, just saying conversation. What we think of how topics are like from our perspective.
Thanks.
Yeah, we can obviously get into it in the comments, but no one ain't got time for that.
But no, do write a comment if you've got an opinion, if you've got advice, if you've got even a question that you want us to cover, then please let us know. Let us know. I cannot speak. Yeah, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more unfiltered conversations of lads chat.
Yep.
I could probably guarantee that more lads would be watching this than women. But no, if you did like this video, please give it a like, and just put in a comment, a bit of feedback. Any critical feedback would be good.
Constructive
criticism. That's the word. Cheers, bro. But yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching any shorts on TikTok, give us a follow, give us a like, and spread the word that we're about, and we're up and running for 2024.
Yeah, and also if you've seen us, hearing us, apologies, on this any audio platform, please give us a little like. I believe that helps. Yeah, a little bit of a
give us a 5-star rating or something.
Yeah, there you go. That actually goes a long way. So yeah, but I think Jordan said it all. So we are out.
We will catch you in the next episode.
Cool.
Peace.